Brandon Elliott, and welcome to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast. I am your host, Brandon Elliott, and I am super, super excited for our guest today, Mr. Humberto. How you doing, brother?
How you doing? Great. Make it moving and grooving like always, brother.
Yeah, I love it. So a little bit about your background. You know, you actually came from just a few years ago. You were in college, and you found yourself sleeping out of your truck.
Yeah.
For a few, for a little bit, just to finish up college, knock that out, and then you actually found yourself in Fortune Builders.
Yes.
Okay, and then you ended up starting up a real estate group, a REIA group, and that ended up turning into building up to 400 members.
Yeah, four plus now.
Okay, cool. Along with, your actual business of doing fix and flips and ground up construction, correct?
Correct.
Oh yeah. I love it, man. So tell everybody, a little bit about yourself, and just go deeper into it.
Yeah, sure thing. Straight out of college. This was only like less than 2 years ago. I went to school for engineering and then a certificate in project management, and I managed projects for an engineering firm. I made them millions, but I was not getting paid. So I was just like, man, the guy ended up blowing me off at the end. I was just like, dude, just give me like $12 an hour. But now that I know, how much value you can bring to people, that's when I started seeking out, what can I do, like go into business for myself, work for myself. And so I graduated college and I didn't think about it twice. I even walked out of an exam and I didn't even have to pass the class. I was just like, you know what? I'm not even going to go down the engineering route. I literally walked out, and the professor was just like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I have a different path than everybody else is taking the exam.
Yeah.
And I knew that from the get-go. And the week before I graduated college, I went into Fortune Builders, and I started my education in real estate. And one of those things was I didn't have somewhere to. I wanted to finish college so fast that I didn't want to stay a fifth year. I want to finish in 4. And so one whole summer I was just like, I didn't have somewhere to stay, so I ended up like, all right, I'm gonna take my truck. Truck is comfy enough. Duffel bag and my gym clothes. I would shower in the gym, and then I had enough friends to the point where they were just like, they call me Cookie, dude. You gotta come over and like sleep on the couch over here. Hang with us and whatnot. So I was fortunate enough to have that atmosphere of friends that were able to help me out, and that's the same thing in business now. Everybody, when you put yourself in the service of others, there's great people out there, and everybody just loves helping out. And that's one of the big things that I do now. I love helping people, motivating them, educating them, and just getting them together to do deals. So
yeah. Man, I love that. It's crazy because a lot of people can actually relate to your story. I was homeless only for a couple days, sleeping out of my car with my 2 dogs. Yeah. But nice. A lot of other people out there can relate to it. And then luckily I had a friend just like yourself that actually, begged me to come stay with them and really, save the day for me. Yeah. For about a month, I was sleeping on their couch. So yeah, man, that's awesome. That's powerful. So what actually got you excited or in the mindset of real estate?
Really going into business for myself, having my own time, instead of, I felt like when you get a job, you end up selling your time for a set amount a year. And I'm like, okay, as an engineer, I was going to make, a cool 80 grand a year. If I work there for 10 years, you can see how much you can make. And real estate, it's all about the grind. What are you made of? How many deals can you do? How many deals do you want to do? And can you push yourself further? So there is no set limit to what you can do in real estate. And that was a powerful thing, where I can go and make things happen. And that's dependent upon my performance. So I'm 23, and I was just like, You know what? Let's see what I'm made out of.
Yeah.
Let's see what Cookie has under the hood. And I was just like, I wasn't gonna sell myself short for a job for engineering, which is all good and dandy. Don't get me wrong, but my mindset was very different. I wanted to do things for myself. I wanted to have time to be able to make a legacy happen, to continue the legacy that my dad is setting up for the family, and then continue mine. And doing that at an early age really allows me to live a life by my design, and dedicate time to the family and what you really want in life. And that to me is, there is no value onto that. There is no price tag onto that.
Okay. So when it comes to the education, how much education did you actually get before you actually started pulling the trigger?
How many
Was it
education in terms of?
all surrounded about, around fortune builders?
Yes, it was. Fortune Builders really did a great job in terms of the education. I mean, when you talk about the real estate spectrum, it's pretty broad. There's a lot that goes into real estate. You do multifamily, I do single family. There's commercial. I mean, there is so many ways to make money in real estate, and they did a good job in terms of how to start up your business. What ways you can generate income in real estate, whether that's wholesaling, rehabbing, commercial, multifamily rentals, passive income, active income, and all that language, all that education. That was my graduate school. I
Yeah.
took it seriously, and I did it for about six. I did about 6 months before I started pulling the trigger. I was making the connections. I was educating myself. I didn't want to dive into something that you have all that fear before you start, and that's totally natural.
Mhm.
But when you have enough education and you know that all you need to do now is take action,
Yeah.
then and you have no fear, yeah, and you have no fear, you know that the fear is the one that's gonna push you in ways that you're gonna grow as a person in your business with people, and that's the beautiful thing about it. You can mess up in real estate and still make money, and that's the beauty of it.
That is beautiful. I heard a story last night that, luckily because of the market that we're in right now, in a seller's market, this beginner guy at a REIA group last night, he was talking about his first fix and flip, and it ended up he just had problem after problem after problem. He had about four different, definitely no-goes.
Yeah.
And it pushed it back a little over a year, and he ended up making so much more money because the market just kept on going.
Yeah, I've heard of quite a few of those, and it's
Yeah.
it's so funny how that happens. Like, these people are learning as they're going, and they're getting paid,
Yeah.
and so you don't need to be perfect. And a lot of people were wired throughout college to work for a company, and we're wired to be perfect, to get that A. In real estate, it's all about executing. It's all about putting, not saying what, not talking, but doing, and executing your campaigns, going and meeting with people. And that's the difference. It's like, who are the movers and shakers? That's why when people say, how you doing, I'm like, moving and grooving,
Yeah.
because I'm a dancer, so I'm always moving and grooving.
Yeah. I love that, brother. So, so let's just get right into it, a little bit more about exactly what you do. I mean, you started off going with the vision in college to actually become an engineer, and
Yeah.
then you found yourself, couch surfing and sleeping in your truck for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you started pushing yourself to get that strong education, surround yourself by the right-minded people for 6 months before you
Yeah.
actually pulled the trigger. What did your first deal look like? Or, what kind of niche are you focusing on? Fix and flips, correct?
So we started with fix and flips. And let me change that on you, because I feel like there's a good learning point here.
Yeah.
I was so afraid of finding money for deals. It was crazy. It was the one fear that I had, and when a deal came up, I wasn't able to find the money for my first deal. And two went by, and I couldn't find the money, and I was like, man, I need to get good at this. Like, I need to step it up. And so the first couple of deals that we had under contract just blew off, and it was just like, damn, like, we couldn't find the money. We didn't have everything in place. So when I started a new venture with Twinley Home Solutions, I work with them now. I was just like, look, I'll take care of the financing. I'll find the money, and I'll figure that one out. So we ended up getting a property in Cupertino as our first deal. And I had to go, literally the team was just like, all right, Cookie, go find 600,000 in private money. I'm like in my head, I'm just like, how am I going to go find I've never found money in my life.
Yeah.
And I need to go find 600,000, like, and you have 9 days. I'm like, 9 days? Dude, I was getting hit by people like people that were in Sacramento, people that were like high rollers that have been 20, 30 years in real estate. And they were just like, I was, I was pitching it and they were hearing me out and they loved that I was totally honest and whatnot. And they were just like, you need to get like a 60-day extension. And I was just like, what? I was like, what do you mean? Like, I need to find 600,000 in 10 days. Like, I'm going to make this happen.
Yeah.
And so a bunch of people were just like freaking out. They were just like, dude, you're not going to make this happen. You're not going to make this happen. And I'm just like, no, you don't get it. I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah.
It's like,
no choice.
Yeah, there's no choice. Add on top of that, the third day that I was into it, I had to go to Mexico for 3 days. And so while I was over there, I was still on the phone. I was calling people, texting people. I had no systems in place. I just knew that I had to email everybody that I knew. I had to text everybody that I knew. And I had to just get it out there. That was like my marketing. And that was me just getting the word out there. And talk about a mindset shift. Like if people were talking to me in that point in time, they knew what was going on. And they knew that, that no, like failure wasn't an option.
Yeah.
This was my first deal. It had like a 30% ROI, and I was just like, it was a 7-figure like profit on it, and I was just like, no, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna fund this. Like, I'm not letting this one go. And sure enough, I surrounded myself with people that helped me out, and by the end of the 6th day, we had 600,000 committed. And and then like you don't think about it, you don't reflect until, because you're all so much on the grind that you don't think about it. So mindset plays a huge shift in everything that you do in real estate. If you tell yourself that you can do it and that you're going to do it, there's no other option, you will succeed. You will find a way. Tony Robbins, I was just hearing Tony Robbins, and he was just like, they were kicking him out of Canada because he didn't have a work permit because he was taking jobs away. So he was just like, what? Like he figured out, he was just like, give me 6 buses and we're getting all these people to the US and having the seminar on in the US instead of in Canada. And he was just like, he just found a way. He was like, it's just that's how we all should be shaped and formed in terms of mindset. You can do it, you will do it. And when you tell yourself that and you believe it, great things happen. The sky's the limit.
Yeah. I love it, man. That's awesome. That's so powerful.
Your mind is a powerful thing, my friend.
So how'd you end up finding the money? You just ended up connecting with the right person and they liked the return?
I ended up connecting 7 people that ended up going in second position for the deal. And at the time I was running the mastermind that I told you about.
Yeah.
I started back in November 2016. And we had grown to like 100 and something people. But then I was reaching out to like all the fortune builders that I could get my hands on, because we came from the same educational background. They know what was going on. I didn't have to explain, what a deal is, numbers and whatnot. I can send them, our analysis, deal analyzer, and they knew what was up.
Nice.
So I knew that those were the people I needed to target to find the money, and I did. I mean, I ended up talking, I ended up single-handedly texting 600 people, like copy paste, hi, bye. Dude, I did not have a system. I just had a grind and a dedication. Like every second counted during the day, and that was the grind. So yes, so my first deal, I funded it with fortune builder people that were part of the community.
So what did that first deal look like exactly? You said it was 7 figures. Was that profit or was it that was the ARV?
That was profit. So we have new construction builds that are all over the Bay Area. Specifically, we like Cupertino because that's near Apple campus, and we have some in Willow Glen. So those are areas that are like high end. So what we do is we buy the house for around 1.5, and they just more than once we tear it down and build it, it's the numbers end up, you end up making close to seven figures on it and a 30% ROI on it because you're tearing down and building a whole new building.
Yeah.
And
Was that just one building, or was it multiple houses?
one single family home. It's 3,100 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths. It's crazy what the Bay Area can hold.
Yeah, man.
It is. Awesome. Yeah, and that was our first deal, and after that was the hardest grind. And after that, we got 4 more under contract, and we funded all 4 with less effort, man. We ended up finding like me and 2 other people ended up like finding, man, like 2 million worth of private money. Dude, if you would have told us that at the beginning, like to go do it, we're like, you're crazy. But the fact that one deal came, then 2 weeks later another one, then a week later another one, and then we had 3 that were juggling at the same time. It just happened, and you just have to perform. You don't have to worry. You don't worry about like, can we or can we do it? No, we're going to do it. This is a deal. It's profit. This is what we're in for.
Yeah.
And it just is.
Well, having that track record of, we got one complete, it's looking good, and go back to the same people, and they, whenever you give them back their money with a good return, they're always willing to give it right back to you.
Yeah. So and now we have people that are like, when's the next project? What's the next project? Because they know what's going on. They know the quality that we. I love taking people that lend on our deals and walking them through the projects because they get to see their money at work, and I feel like that's something powerful. It's customer service on my part, and I just love connecting with them because you just never know what that relationship can grow to. That just might be money that they're lending, but they might have something more in mind. They might want to do a deal with you. You just never know, and that's where nurturing the relationships comes into play.
So would you say when it comes to finding money and that it's all about relationship building, and for the long run, really taking care of that person? Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I've heard that several other times from other people that are really crushing it in the game for raising money, raising capital.
Yeah, I mean, I that mastermind that I built, and with the help of a handful of people, it really took off. And that was like when I started that mastermind, I had nothing. I was straight out of college, and I had nothing to offer other than let's get together and brainstorm how we can help each other. That was it. That was the only purpose. I had no structure to it. I was the one in the front. Good thing I wasn't afraid of public speaking. But yeah, I just wanted to get people together. I was just like, why are people paying for a real estate investing platform, 30, 40, $50,000, and they're not taking action. They're not doing deals. What's up? Let's get together. What's going on? How can we help each other? And so I guess I'm considered the connector with everybody, and I love doing that because we make things happen, and it's all about just connecting the dots, my friend.
I love it. So let's talk about some learning curves.
Oh,
yeah. Everybody out there that I meet, there's so many people. I think just like you said earlier, kind of just how we're raised and how we're taught in school and everything. In society, it's so like frowned upon or looked down if you're failing. But I think you and I were on the phone the other day, and you said it so like perfect. It's like I encourage failure because it's all about learning. Learning. So we have time on our side because of our age, and I rather mess up now so I can learn from it and then be able to in the next couple of years really just crush it. And as well as helping out everybody else that comes my way.
Yeah.
So learning curves, can you share?
Man, let me just give you a little metaphor. I'm a big dancer. I love dancing, salsa. I was instructor and whatnot. When I started dancing, I was like 12, and I was stepping on people's shoes. All the girls were like this guy can dance. But after a while, you get the hang of it. You get your suave, and then you have to fail. No one's perfect at the beginning. Anything that you do, whether it's being a dad, whether it's being a business owner, whether it's driving your car, shoot, um, you got to start somewhere, and only through those failures will you learn and have those experiences. It's the same thing in real estate. You have to have those failures. You have to not be afraid of failing, because that's where your growth lies. And when you grow so much in just a short amount of time, you learn to be better. You adapt to what you're doing, and that's key to success. Because if you're always afraid of moving forward, of going bigger, of going after that goal that you've always been talking about, uh, you're gonna stay in the same place, and time is not on our side.
Yeah.
We're young. We might be young, but time is not on our side. Time goes. Money comes and goes. Time doesn't.
Okay.
So you need to know where to dedicate your time with the right people, and just take massive action. And through that massive action, you're gonna learn. You're gonna succeed. And in real estate, you can have all those hiccups and still make money.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty about it.
Do you actually get encouraged from the pressure of, we're only limited to a certain amount of time?
Yeah, I mean, you only have so much time. I mean, everybody has 24 hours in a day, right?
Yeah.
What separates us from the people that are like ahead in the game?
Yep.
It's just you
Use
want
it wisely.
exactly. You start hanging out with them and see what they're doing, what they're up to, how you can help them and add value. And I feel like, and that's a tribute to you, because I remember the first call that we had, Brandon. You asked me, how can I add value to you? And I was like, man, and I've never had that question asked to me except you. And I was just like, man, this guy knows what's up. Like he knows to add value to other people, and that's how you make social currency. And when I knew that, I'm like, okay, this guy's up to something. I want to get to know him. And that's when we started having those calls, and like one thing led to another. And so, and yeah,
That's cool, man. I
yeah.
appreciate it. I like that.
No, I appreciate you, bro.
So as of right now, what kind of projects are you working on?
What kind of projects we have? We have 5 that are selling. Those are new construction. We ended up going away from fix and flips, because there was just so much more profit in the new construction projects.
Okay.
At least here in the near future, we're doing new construction, single family homes. We end up tearing down. We buy houses that are small in big lots. We tear them down and build them new. And so yeah, that's mostly new construction. It takes us about 10 months to permit it and build it. So we're knocking them out pretty fast. And some people think that it's not possible, but we're doing it. And contract.
You said how many months?
10 months?
Oh, 10 months? Okay.
Yeah, we learned pretty quickly. Actually, when we first started new construction, we didn't know jack, dude. We bought a house and we walked in there and we started slinging hammers, man. We didn't have permits. We didn't have anything. Some guy comes in the front of the house. He looks at us and he starts taking photos. He was just like, and we're looking at him like, well, what are you doing? He was just like, you can't do that. And I'm like, why not? We just bought the place.
Yeah.
Like, you need permits to tear down a house. Oh.
Oh boy.
We were so green, man.
Yeah.
You just don't know. And by virtue of that, and this was before Fortune Builders. So of course Fortune Builders they helped us out a lot in terms of learning curve. But yeah, we did as a group we did 3 rehabs at the beginning, and then we went straight into new construction. And the key to our success has been the teamwork that we have, to the trusted people, and really getting all the trades for building a house to work together in sync. So we always have about 3 to 4 trades working on the house at one point. There's never no day that work is not being done on a house. And
Nice.
so
Love that.
that's why we're able to build them so fast. And it's really been a well-oiled machine, with a big part of our end, a lot of effort, but we're systemizing now, and we're growing as a group. So really fortunate to be part of the team that we have. And yeah, it's beautiful when you have a team that you can call like an A team,
Yeah.
and you can all be in sync. So yeah, fortunate.
Now, when you say we, is that that's how many partners, or did you build up the team, or were you just like you were asked to join this team?
Yeah, so when I started that mastermind, I was just looking for the people that were movers and shakers.
Yeah.
So when you start the mastermind, you see people that are starting off, some people that are getting deals under their belt. So I saw this couple that they were doing deals, and now they were getting into new construction. And I was like, okay. When they sent me a deal, and I'm like, man, this is good. This is what this is a big profit margin. We can all profit from this. And so then they brought me on to just to be the connector, to find relationships, to find private money, and from there we just grew.
Okay.
And we were taking, like I told you, one thing led to another. We were just going to do a joint venture for one property because it was new construction, because we found it. And the next thing led to another, and then we found like four others. And that's how we grew. So they had more of the experience on the rehab side, and they were going into new construction. And then that's when I jumped on, and then we just started getting deals left and right because we knew we had the manpower.
So how many people are a part of your team? Make up your team?
Uh, Man, those are like LLCs, four LLCs.
Oh, really?
And in terms of people, you're talking about like six key people.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have you got financing, you got analyzing, you got the project management, um, marketing, and then the shot color that we like. Do we the one that always keeps us on check with our deals? Like, do the numbers really make sense?
Yeah.
Um, and then we also have subsets of two project managers, because that's always needed with the amount of volume that we're having. So yeah, really, when you're not wearing all the hats, you're able to enjoy the process a little bit more.
Yeah.
um, and that's definitely like the position that we're in, the stage that we're in.
I like that. So let's talk about a little bit more of the numbers. I know your position is really the relationship building and raising capital,
Yeah.
but um, do you know further into detail like the cost to actually tear down a property?
Yeah, so the cost to build, so in our neighborhood,
Yeah.
um, in order to demo, build, and sell, it cost us about $621,214.69. I'm a couple cents off, but that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah.
What is that per square foot?
That's what's that? That's on good days on some of these projects we're doing like $138 per square foot.
Okay.
We average out at 150.
150.
Yeah, 150 per square foot. And people think that we're building in like the ghetto of Stockton.
Yeah.
But that's just because of our choice of people that work on our projects, and we go quality, and people that we just find. We just always have five trades in five five trades in every, like, in plumbing, in electrical, and sheetrock and framing. So they're all people are always competing. Subcontractors are always competing for our business because we're the ones that carry the volume.
Okay.
So yeah, so when we're in that position, our costs dramatically change. I mean, we were building at 300 when we started, but now we're at 150. So cutting costs in half is just,
Yeah.
yeah.
So as far as competition in the area, is there anything, or do you care about competition? I mean,
We invite competition because we work with them.
oh,
Yeah. So when our competition, they're our best friends because we bounce ideas off each other. We share the same people that work on our houses, the same framers. And that's the only way that you can grow organically, I feel. If you see competition as something that goes against your success, you're thinking in the wrong mindset. Because really, if if you have a bunch of deals that you're already saturated, you can't take it on any more deals, who are you going to sell it to? Your buddy that's probably doing the same thing that you are. So we help each other a lot in that sense. um, so they are competition in terms of like who gets the deal, and that's kind of fun sometimes because some
Ever, like get into bidding wars, like bid up a property or anything?
we have sometimes, but we know where they're in different areas than we are. So it's very rare that we ever collide on deals or like have a bidding war.
Yeah.
um, we have once, but aside from that, we all have projects in our own areas. And they focus on the same new construction but in different areas. So yeah, that's competition for us, I guess.
And at the end of the day, I mean, after doing your due diligence, it's like your max price that you can offer on a property. So obviously, you're not gonna when you surround yourself with other like-minded individuals and partnerships,
Yeah.
6 other key players, you guys aren't gonna allow each other to go over that set last final price.
Yeah, when you know your buying criteria, when you know your costs, it's just like when you should get out, when you should not pay that much more because it's not worth it. There's bigger fish to fry out there.
Yeah.
And when you have a mindset of abundance, you know when to step away and look for that next deal. And there's plenty of deals. You just have to go find them. And some people don't find them because they don't have the systems in place. But yeah, one thing that I've seen um, as the leader of this mastermind is um, starting this alone and having all the hats on can be very intimidating, can be very time consuming, can be very challenging.
Mhm.
Real estate is one of those things where you want to work with other people because you grow together. Whether you want to do something later down the road, that's great, but get some deals under your belts. For those people that are out there that considering real estate, don't do it alone. Find someone that's already doing it, and that's the way that you're going to get 1, 2, 3 deals under your belt, and then do your own thing. Like when you're dancing, you're not dancing alone, although I did with the broom at times.
Yeah.
But after that, you got your dance partners. You got your partners where you groove with, and then after that, you go and chase stuff after girls. So do partner up first, man.
Good metaphor. I like that.
Yeah, I love dancing, man. I'm a dancer.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's cool to learn. That's pretty cool. You gotta teach me some moves one time
Sure thing, man. Sure thing.
on that a little bit. My girlfriend appreciate it.
Yeah, it definitely increases your I don't know. When you enjoy something, yeah, yeah, just grooving and just love itself with your other partner. If you can both share something like that, music and grooving, and you leading, it's something that you just can't explain. You just have to do it, man.
Yeah, that's cool. So as far as finding your leads, I know you said sometimes you guys work with each other with your competition, either wholesaling or tossing deals around. But what other way do you guys really focus on getting your leads?
Getting our leads, we talk to like I said, I'm the relationship guy. So real estate agents. I mean, I had my mentor that he was just relentless. He started with no money. He went from having like a mansion to living in, getting his cars repoed and living out of, one room with his wife and 2 kids. And when he started his real estate, it was just like agents, agents, agents. Like agents are the ones that are doing the marketing, leverage that relationship so you don't have to take time to do all that marketing. Now we're in a place where we get about 70% of our leads through agents. Another 20% are from direct mail, and then the rest is from like wholesalers, people that we know, going to meetup groups going to meetups and people that have a deal and then they just sell it off to us or joint venture.
That's
So
good.
yeah, so agents are really the biggest one.
So as far as the direct mail marketing, I'm actually about to start a campaign, hopefully next month sometime.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what do you guys, do you have any tips on that, or
Yeah, so direct mail,
the letter?
we're doing something different. We always like to change things up. So our direct mail is actually like a wedding invitation. It's like in the what are they called? The thank you cards,
Yeah.
and they're handwritten.
Okay.
And so when you're sending out direct mail, and it's one of those typical yellow letters that come in. They come in the standard envelope, and everybody sees when they get that standard envelope size, they're just like, okay, it's either a bill, solicitation, anything like that. When you get a thank you card, and it's inquiring about your home, they're more likely to open it because it looks like it's an invitation to like a party.
Mm,
So what do we want in direct mail? We want them to open it first.
yeah.
And if it looks like they're getting invited to a party, they're going to open it first. So
Right.
so that's one thing that we've done in the last couple of months, and we've had some success with a lot of people opening and calling us. Um, and so that's something that we just did a twist to. But
What is the manpower that needs to be in place to actually write all those, handwritten letters?
we have a lady that we got off of Craigslist. We posted the ad, and she inquired about it, and she's been awesome thus far. She's pushing out um, about 1,000 mailers per month,
Okay.
and she's writing them, she's stamping them, and she's mailing them off. So
Oh, wow.
that's our um, fulfillment center.
Cool.
Yeah, we were doing it ourselves, and it was hard. It was
Yeah,
just
I believe it.
yeah.
So, how much does that typically cost? That whole process?
That whole process, it's about, we had our meeting last night, so it's about $1.44,
Per
dollar
letter?
44 per letter. Yeah.
Okay. And
And
then,
so when you're doing 7-touch campaign,
yeah,
you're gonna get calls from people that are either interested or they just want to get off of it.
yeah,
But some people just called to say, I appreciate your try. I opened your letter, and it was you got a good thing going on here. Like, you got me to open it. And
yeah.
they recognize that, and they call at least to tell us that. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
That's good. So, what is your return typically on that for actual deals?
On the direct mail, you're looking at about 4 to 6 4 to 6% response rate. When you first start off, your response rates are going to be in like a letter 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Because the first ones are going to be like, who is this? And then they're going to keep recognizing the letter, and they're like, okay, I think I need to call them, see what's going on.
So you constantly repetitively hit the same property?
Yeah, until they respond, or until we buy the house.
Okay. How
So
often do you hit that same property? Every couple weeks?
we
Once a month?
we do it every 3 weeks.
Every 3 weeks?
Every 3 weeks, yeah. And so, hey, every 3 weeks they're getting invited to a party, per se.
Yeah.
Or at least I think they are.
The money party.
The money party, man. Yeah. But yeah, we've gotten solid leads from it, and leads that, of course, we have to follow up on. But yeah, it has a good response rate in the direct mail, and I feel like that was genius. One of our partners, Danny Lewis, she was just like, let's do this thank you card campaign, for direct mail, and the whole purpose is for them to open it first, right?
Yeah.
And when they're getting a standard letter, they think it's a bill, but when they're getting like a thank you card or like an invitation card, they're more likely to open it because they want to see what they're invited to.
Yeah.
And so, shoot, I always open those.
Yeah. I'll open it.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, man. So how many projects are you constantly working on? Like, what are you guys averaging? You said like 4 or?
Yeah. So as with our team, we're up to now 14.
14 projects at a time, typically?
At a time. Yeah. And so 5 are about to sell. So now we're going to be at 9. And yeah, so we're averaging 12 at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that like per month, or that, I mean, that's a ground up construction in 10 months.
Yeah.
So it's just at a time.
So right now at a time, so the first batch of new construction that we did were 5 projects, 5 new construction projects that we dedicated all our time and effort to. And now, since we have everything systemized, since we have things that are, the right people on in our workforce, we're taking on more deals, and we know that we can do 12 at a time.
Okay.
So we started with 5, and that was us being green as hell, man.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't know what the hell we were doing, but yeah, it was just like, we're gonna do it. Like, we'll figure it out. And with the Fortune Builder platform that we had, we really had a leg up in the game. We can, I mean, they give you systems that you can implement in your company, and that is big. And the fact that they're always making new systems that you can use as a business owner is gold to us. And ever since then, they've been able to help us just grow our business. And it's just the information that they provide. It wasn't even the coaching that they had, but it was just like us implementing the systems that they already had. So yeah.
Okay. I like that. So so what would you give credit towards, like, your success so far? You know, what has kind of, separated you from others with how much success that you're actually bringing onto yourself?
I gotta attribute it to the mastermind and the community that Fortune Builders already established. If you can be a part of another group and not just be a member, but actually be a leader in it, that is immense. You can impact so many more people and get to know so many more people, because you can be someone sitting right next to them in the audience, or you can be someone up there holding down the fort, managing the event. And that is powerful, because then they see you as a leader. They see you looking at them when they're sitting down. And so ever since, without thinking about it, I made the mastermind just because I wanted to get people together. And that has been the key to my success, because I've been able to now, 400 plus people are part of the group, and constantly, anywhere from 30 to 40, 30 to 50 people are coming out every month to get together. That is powerful. And when you keep adding value month by month to these people, they trust you.
Yeah.
And that trust, I mean, that trust can take you in so many ways, because then they trust you to do deals with you. They trust you to, lend. They trust you to do transactions with them. And really, trust in real estate is the key currency. It's not money. People think that you need money to start in real estate. You don't.
Yeah.
You need to be someone that has integrity. You need to be someone that can be trusted, someone that, says what they're going to do and be accountable. If you have those key things that don't take any financial, it takes values, how you grew up. And if you have those key things, you're set, because you say what you're going to do, you do what you're going to say, and you can be accountable, and people can trust you. And that's the one currency. I can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
Handling, private money and doing transactions with people, that has been the one thing that I've seen in every transaction that we do. Whether that's just, Brandon, we're going to have this call at 10 o'clock. We did.
Yeah.
Brandon, we're going to have we're going to meet up so much. Like, you set a time, okay, you're going to make it happen. And that is more valuable than anything else, I got to say.
Yeah. Being a man of your word and actually following through. I mean,
Exactly.
the relationship building, getting, starting that group. I think that's super impactful. Actually giving back, helping out, educating them, and getting them to know, like, and trust you.
Yeah, exactly. And remember, I started this just with I just want to get people together. I had nothing to offer them in terms of, like, I'm doing a bunch of deals. I know how to do this. I was a kid, man. I was out of college. I knew I wanted to do real estate, and I had all the energy in the world. And I'm like, I'm doing this. I'm getting these people together because wanted to surround myself with people that had the same goal. And that is essential. When you're in real estate, you're surrounding yourself around those same people. Real estate agents are part of a brokerage and they have an office to go to. That's their headquarters. My headquarters is my mastermind. I got to tell you that. And now this year, now we're going to be meeting on a weekly basis because I just want people to see each other more consistently to do more deals. If we start seeing each other more consistently, working together more consistently, and just do everything more consistently, we're going to generate more deals and more people are going to get their business up and running, and that's going to be immensely impactful for just the group itself and people's lives. You don't know what they have going on or what their dreams are, and it's cool to hear those stories, what their dreams are and how you can help each other. And it's awesome when you can share those moments with them.
I love it. I do have to give you credit as well for, your strong background in just taking action, instead of actually holding yourself back and procrastinating on something, you're definitely an action taker. And I love surrounding myself around action takers because you'll learn a lot quicker and it's no BS, you get right to the point. So I definitely commend you for that. I think that's awesome.
Hey, and I mean, and thank you for like doing this podcast, because it's people need to hear that it's not about all the education. Of course, there's a good level of education that you need to have to start in real estate, but like Tony Robbins says, every time when he talks, you take massive action. That's the only way that you can really do business and just learn. The one way to learn in business is by doing business, and I can't, man, if you surround yourself by people that are action takers, you're gonna have to move. You can't sit down. You have to keep going. Like, I get anxious. Yeah, you guys just get dragged up, and that's why I decided that mastermind. I started getting those movers and shakers and started hanging out with them. I started getting the people that were super knowledgeable and just hanging out with them. And when you do that, when you have a group like that, the sky's the limit. You start bouncing crazy ideas off each other, and it's all about doing and not about thinking or overthinking it or having fears. I'm like, okay, Brandon, I know you haven't done a single family home. You need a little bit of coaching on this. Okay, cool. Like, let's see what we can do. What are our action steps? What do we need to do to get from point A to point B? And do it. Don't think about it. We already thought about it. Don't fear it. Just do it. You're gonna mess up. Don't worry about it. You're gonna learn as you go, and you're gonna make money as you go. So that's the beautiful thing about it.
Yeah, and the consultation with the partners and mentors along the way, helping you cut that learning curve in half, is definitely tremendous. That's actually a part of the reason why I wanted to jump on and start this podcast, just to really start giving back and help other people that are starting off. Because over the last 2 years, I've had so many people come up to me and they acknowledge real estate is like, somebody in their family did it successfully. They know that it is the way to really get that financial freedom and to be able to follow their dreams, whatever their passion is, but they just don't know how to do it. A lot of them, I always get that excuse that they don't have any money to jump in, or they don't have enough, so they're waiting for that big day that they get all this money one day.
When they hit the lottery, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then also I get that excuse that they don't want to become a landlord because they don't want to unclog toilets in the middle of the night.
God knows I did that.
I know, right? Like, I do that all the time.
Yeah. And
all my properties, I'm going over there in the middle of the night flying.
Yeah, and I mean, what is it in the U.S.? It's 70 or 80% of millionaires made their money in real estate.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like 1,400 on a daily basis are becoming millionaires from real estate, like worldwide. It's crazy. It's like, you got to be kidding me, off of real estate.
Off of real estate, yeah. And the U.S. economy is the one economy that people are trusted. We are so evolved in the real estate industry in the US. It's crazy, like compared to everyone else. And that's why we're able to systemize it. That's why I'm able, anybody is almost able to get out of college and have the skills necessary. Computer, you have your iPhone. Now we have everything on our phones. I do everything off of this thing.
Yeah.
Like this is all I need. If I didn't have my computer, I can run everything
Yeah.
off of my phone.
No,
And when you have those tools available, and um, you are unstoppable. We are literally in the time where you can be your own boss and build something incredible for not just yourself, not just your family, but leave a legacy behind
yes.
where you can say I did that. And yeah, I mean
Love
you
it.
could I hear people, some people, you know, they love their job and whatnot. That's great, they can be good, but there's some people that have that mindset. They're like, I can do greater things, I can be so much more. And for those people, I tell, take massive action in the way that you want to do. Don't regret the decisions that you're not making now, because life is too short. We don't have time on our side. And I feel like that's Jeff Bezos, Amazon.
Yeah.
He one of his you know, one of the things that he lives by is, you know, the path of less regrettableness, I think it is. He
Mm.
doesn't want to regret um decisions that he's made in life. So that's why he ended up like launching Amazon. It didn't matter if he was going to eat, you know, you know, potato noodles or whatever and live out of his car. I mean, the guy was just wanting to do something big, and he did. So not regretting it. If you know that you want to start real estate, you start hanging out with those people that can help you, and you're not going to do it alone. You're going to have those people that are next to you, and you can do truly something amazing. And it's just about surrounding yourself with that community, with those people, with Brandon Elliott, with a cookie, with you know, people like ourselves. Like, yeah, and take massive action. That's all you really got to do, man.
Yeah. Cool, man. That's great. So, you were just talking a minute ago about dreams. So, what does your future look like, brother? Like, what are your goals this year? What's going on with you?
What's going on with me? Man, so I started this Airbnb business,
Okay.
and so short-term rentals, and so I want to be able to have. We set the goal. Me and my partner. My partner is super ambitious. She is crazy. If people call me crazy, she's even more so. She's just ambitious as hell. Um, our goal is to have 100 units running off of Airbnb, VRBO, and all those short-term apps, and have 100 units by the end of the year. So
Yes.
that's on the short term, because I really want cash flow to
Yeah.
be achieving, and not own any real estate,
Yeah.
passive income. Um, and it's easy to systemize it when you think about it. Um, it's a lot easier than, you know, doing a whole rehab and doing it for 10 months. So I really wanted to have that cash flow, because then when you have that passive income, you can do, I mean, a passive income is the key to being wealthy. I mean, when I was talking to you, multi-family, your end goal is to have all that passive income so you can just, you know, do what you want with your life, and not have to work. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so that's a new thing, exciting venture that I'm doing. Aside from that, I'm starting a new group, um, a new venture with people of on my mastermind, and I feel like this is going to be the first time that I'm going to take someone from like ground zero to like building a business together. It's people that we started Fortune Brothers at the same time, and they have the mindset. We have the tools, we have the resources, and it's going to be fun this year, going from having no deals as a partnership under our belts to like, we already set the tone like last night. We're just like, we're gonna get 4 new construction, 8 rehabs, and 10 wholesale deals this year. Like,
Yeah.
there's no doubt about it. We have to make these many offers. We have to do we have to get these so many real estate agents on our backs. so this is what we got to do. And we set the tone, and it was awesome because now I'm hanging around with people that are going to take massive action. And so I'm really looking forward to that partnership, aside from the new construction that we're doing, and then the short-term rental business, because I feel like cash flow is going to be the thing that ends up like cutting the chains loose, and you're off to drink a nice Corona on the beach, man.
I love it. That's cool, man. I love those goals. That's awesome, and it's exciting. Checking in the future to see, where you're coming from to where it's going. It's awesome.
Yeah, no.
So how can we actually, give back and help you?
Help me. I mean, how can I really want to get to know those people that are out there that want help, that are in the Bay Area. Hit me up. If you're in the Bay Area or wherever you are in California, doesn't matter. Real estate's the same. It's the same process.
Yeah.
Calling out and asking for help. I guess I just flipped it on you. How can you add value? It's just like I want to add value to other people by them reaching out and they want to start. I'll connect you with the right people. What do you need? You need contractors, you need money. Let's help each other, see how we can, joint venture on deals. Yeah. That's the name of the game. The more people you partner up with, the more people you help out, the more success is created because we're all in it together with the same goal. So I challenge those people that are hearing this audio, that are looking at this on YouTube. If you are thinking about going to real estate, you'll probably find my email. You'll probably find my contact info on Brandon's. Reach out to us. See how you can get connected, where you at, and see how we can help you. Take that first step into real estate. Take that first massive action into getting that deal, because your success is our success. We're making this podcast to add value to you. And if you're watching this, if you're hearing this, there's nothing stopping you from starting real estate. And that's the beauty about it. There should be nothing stopping you. If you've been thinking about it for years, for months, for a day, think about it and don't overthink it. Just do it. It's Nike. Be Nike. Just do it.
Do it.
And so I love to get calls from this podcast because you saw it. Because I want to hear people are actually getting this message, and you don't need all the money in the world.
Yeah.
You need integrity. You need to be trustworthy. You need to be accountable. If you have those three things, give me a call, and I want to work with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's the beauty about it. Real estate is one of those things where you can work with just about anyone. You're doing deals in Ohio. Where do you want to live? Where do you want to do business? Mm-hmm. You can be in Miami. You can be wherever you want. You're in San Diego, man. You're in Sunnyside, California.
Yeah.
and you're doing deals in Ohio, man. Like, that is awesome. Like, you're enjoying the weather down there. I mean, we've been getting rained on, and you guys still have the sun out there.
You know what? We actually did get some rain.
All right.
Blessing in disguise out here. Everybody's in the house and all secluded away, but yeah, we have a little bit of rain the last 2 days, so that's cool.
Nice. Hey, we need that rain.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my message to people: taking massive action, getting connected with the right people, whether that's us, whether that's someone that's next to you or your REIA group. That's what it takes. You taking massive action, connecting with the right people, and that's the only way you're going to be able to take that next step into your goal, into what your dream is, and finally fulfilling that goal, that desire of yours.
Yeah. I love it, man. Part of the reason why I love real estate so much is that you can be so creative. Like, there's certain deals I'm working on right now, just with the seller, just being so creative to really capture this deal and make it a win-win situation for everybody. It's awesome. There's so many different ways. There's like endless possibilities. You just need the right mindset to really weave in and out. You don't need to go the traditional route.
Yeah, no.
Brother, we are going a little over time, so I do appreciate you so much. You are amazing. I'm super, super thankful for, for taking the time out to be a part of this and give back. How can
Anytime.
people get a hold of you and reach you?
How can people get a hold of me? I mean, I got my email and phone number, so I mean, I'm on Instagram. So I'll give you that information. So
You want to just shout out your email right now?
yeah, so my email is Humberto. So my first name HUMBERTO at dreamhomerenovators.com. I know it's a little bit lengthy. It's what it is.
Yeah.
My phone number is 408-710-3387. Shoot me a text, shoot me a call. Love always to get to know people, get some coffee, chat over, see what your goals are. Yeah, and we'll have Instagram links to my Instagram and my website, so you can hit me up on Facebook too.
Cool.
And see how we can work together to fulfill our dreams, man.
Hell yeah. What is the website again?
The website is dreamhomerenovators.com.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So check it out. Check us out. Check out Brandon. Brandon made this happen. I mean, I got huge thanks to Brandon making this happen and making this podcast. I can't tell you how grateful I am to have met you and be on this with you. I bet you're impacting so many people out there. And for whoever's listening out there, we are here for you. We want to hear what you're doing. You're hearing this. Take massive action and let us know what's going on. Your success is our success, and the fact that we're building energy and just people that are hearing this. I want to hear people. Hey, we heard you on the podcast. We did this. Whatever win you have, I want to hear it, because that's what creates the environment, the momentum, and whatnot. So, hey, I'm grateful for you for doing this podcast, man.
Appreciate you, man. Well, thank you so much, man. Everyone, this has been Humberto, Brandon Elliott. You can reach me at BrandonElliottInvestments.com, Brandon Elliott Investments at gmail.com as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. If you could like and share this video, I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, till next time, you guys have been listening to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing podcast. Till next time, guys. Love you all. Peace out.
Peace out, gentlemen.
See you guys.